With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series fires things off for the final time here in Season 4's regular season. That's right, race number 10 on tap tonight, the Tumbleweed 115, right here from Texas Motor Speedway. That last spot inside the top 16, very coveted position right now. A lot of drivers vying for their championship hopes and dreams here tonight. Track just a little bit hotter than what we seen last night here for the Ayers High Racing Paints ARCA Series race. Tonight, these truck drivers gonna have their handful. This 1.5 mile track gonna put a lot of them to the test, and we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that race information for you. Oh, well, we'll see if we can't get rid of it. There it is. There it goes on out your way. Let's go ahead and throw that qualifying information up for you. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, David the Cave bringing you all the calls from the track side as qualifying well underway, about halfway through this 5-minute qualifying session. And Pierce Maffitt, driver inside of the fast Ford F-150, has got the quick time, and Michael Madden says, he's going to grab it, crossing the line, a 30:11, the new fast time tonight for Madden. Kevin Burrows with a good qualifying effort. He's inside the top 3. Mike Van Houten right there in 5th. A lot of drivers still down there on pit road. Looks like Michael Minty, Cody Riggs, Greg Holinek, Brandon Shelton, Darrell Calder, newcomer here tonight. Jamie Plurd inside the 37 truck. He's a newcomer. He's inside the top 12 right now. David Cameron, he's yet to put in his qualifying time. With just about a minute and a half remaining, drivers are going to have to get on it if they're going to want to get on the qualifying board here. Final about 85 seconds or so here. Doesn't look like anybody's beginning a qualifying time. Mike Van Houten takes the top spot here. Fast time now belongs to that 02 Toyota Tundra. Van Houten puts down a 30:09. Greg Olenek going to put the Moo and Brew Sparkle and Shine 31 Ford F-150 up inside the top 5. With less than 60 seconds remaining, the music's going to slowly fade away, and we're going to get set to head trackside for the national anthem and then run down your starting lineup. So with the final 30 seconds, that's it. That's all there's going to be. Mike Van Houten going to take the top spot here in qualifying. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular
and we will come back trackside as drivers begin to make their way to the starting grid. Let's go ahead and run down those ever important championship points coming into tonight's race. It's the final cutoff race for the championship run. That's right. Race number 10 going to bring the regular season to a close right here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. There you can see Hunter Collier. He is well and locked into that championship 16. Jason Branch, Adam Pettit, Jason Harrison, Michael Madden all securely in. Aaron Gerwitz, Greg Olenek, Kevin Burrows, Ron Peterson, Sean Kozier. They're all but locked in. Brandon Shelton right there kind of on the cusp of possibly being able to lose enough here tonight to fall outside of the top 16. So here's where we're going to focus from that 12th position on back. Matt Deason, Pierce Maffitt, Nathan Nixon, Mike Van Houten, Scott Wise, Bobby Anderson, Larry Poling. You can see all of them very close to each other in the point standings. We'll go a little bit further on past that 69. Sean Griffith, how about Dean Gagliano? They are all within striking distance. Gagliano sitting 13 points out of the top 16 right now, tied for that 16 position. Mike Van Houten and Scott Wise, both of those drivers going to have solid finishes here tonight. Looking through the timing and scoring, and it looks like Wise is going to have to come from the rear of the field. A lot of these drivers are going to have to come from about 15th on back. There's Dean Gagliano. He's sitting back in the 20th starting position for the time being. So a lot of these drivers need to make up points tonight. And, well, I don't want to say pat in your pocket a little bit, giving yourself a better shot. Starting from a little further back in the field, you're going to gain a little bit more positions. But I overall, by the end of the night, if you don't finish in a certain spot, you're not going to have a shot at it. So it's all going to come down to how things shake out here tonight. We'll have to keep our eye on about these, it looks to be about 8 or 9 drivers vying for that top 16 as of right now. And that's going to do it for your championship rundown as drivers begin to make their way to the starting grid. You can hear the bells begin to ring in the background. You know the sound. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup here for the Tumbleweed 115 from Texas Motor Speedway for the regular season finale with Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series starting inside row number 1, your pole sitter here tonight, the 02 of Mike Van Houten. 15 of Michael Madden will line up just to his outside. Greg Olenek and Kevin Burrows back in row 2. Row number 3 here tonight, rounding out your top 5, the 39 of Rob Peterson. Pierce Maffitt going to park his peak racing machine in the 6th starting position. Back in row number 4 here tonight, the 4 of Jim Ott, followed by the 58 of Adam Pettit. Nathan Nixon, Hunter Collier back in row 5. Row number 6 here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway belongs to the 22 of Jason Branch and the 13 of Bobby Anderson. Sean Mitchell, Aaron Gerwitz back in row number 7. Row number 8 here tonight, Sean Kozier in the 55 of Michael Aminti. Row number 9, the 48 of Matt Deason, followed by newcomer making a splash here tonight in the truck's big debut last night in the Ayers iRacing Paints Hardkill Series. Can Jamie Ford get that 37 up through this field? Jamie going to start back in 18th. How about Cody Riggs and Dean Gagliano rounding out your top 20? A little further on back through the field, there you have Jason Harrison and Tom McGregor back in row 11. Row 12 tonight, John McMillan Sr. and Jason Tripp. Sean Griffith, Larry Poling, Scott Wise, Brandon Shelton, Darrell Calder, and David Cameron round out your 30 driver running order here tonight. Gary Wells, Michael Robinson up in the race control admin booth here tonight. We do appreciate each and every one of you, and it's about to go down as The music begins to fade. We'll get ready to drop the green flag for the first time, and green flag flies here from Texas Motor Speedway. The John Deere 02 of Mike Van Houten gets off to a great start. Michael Madden nowhere to go. The 15 going to fall to the wayside just a little bit here. Back watching these drivers stack things up. Greg Olenek still running in that third position. Everybody fans out off of 2-2, almost 3 wide here in turn 2, lap number 1. Back down into turn number 3. Now side by side battle between Van Houten and Madden. Madden goes to the bottom. He'll take the top spot away. New race leader. By the time we get back to the stripe, your Polson are not able to keep that top spot just yet. He's going to not even be able to lead the first lap here. And now Van Houten already sliding back the third. Greg Olenek picks up a spot. He moves to second and pounds the outside wall. Oh my gosh. Pounding the outside wall. We're not quite sure who that was. Let's take a look. I believe that may have been Nathan Nixon in the 98 machine. Yes, it was Nixon. Only 1 point ahead of the cutoff line. It is going to be a hard-fought night for the rest of the evening for him and his 98 crew as he begins to drop positions. Already down 6, now make it 7 spots tonight. How about the wrap on that 22 machine? Jason Branch has got his Ford F-150 looking pretty nice and smooth with that Navy Dynamark wrap tonight. 12 of Cody Riggs tucked in line right behind him. We're side by side, 3, almost 4 rows deep off of turn number 4 to cross the line to begin lap number 4. Here out of the 115 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Who's going to get the job done? Fastest lap of the race. Well, that goes to the 89 Toyota Tundra driven by Sean Mitchell. Mitchell knocking on the door of a top 10 in trouble. Trouble back through the back. Scott Wise, trouble. Scott Wise with trouble. I believe that was Scott Wise. It may have been another driver, but I believe Scott Wise may have caught a piece of that. Let's go back here. Slow on the track is David Cameron. Jason Tripp in the 91 Ford F-150. That's the driver that's had the trouble. That's the driver that's been around and into the outside wall. Let's see if we can go high above the track and check this out with the drone cam here. Let's check the replay. Oh, and it looked like just contact off of the outside wall and then coming across the nose of that 8. And around he goes back to the inside wall. That's going to be some hard impact for him. We'll check the replay one more time. Yeah, there it is. You can already see damage on the right front of that Bass Pro Shop number 8 machine of Scott Wise and David Cameron almost having to come to a complete stop to avoid any trouble with Jason Tripp. Well, caution flag for the first time early here tonight as we catch back up with your race leader. Michael Madden grabbed that top spot away, did not look back. Your pole sitter, Mike Van Houten, struggling here. Dropped from 1st to 4th under that small little green flag run. And whew, already race fans, we've got some heavy action out there on the track tonight. It's going to be a barn burner here all night long. I can guarantee you that thing's going to get wild and crazy. Field comes to a crawl back behind the pace car for the first time here tonight. 2 different race leaders, 1 lead change, 1 caution flag so far. Excuse me, sorry, I do apologize about that. 1 caution flag so far here tonight. Multiple different race winners so far this season. We have seen 8 different drivers go to victory lane in 9 races. Pierce Maffitt, driver sitting right there in 3rd position in that fast 41. He is the only driver to visit victory lane multiple times here in the Truck Series. And got to victory lane last week at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and that catapulted him inside that top championship 16. Maffitt sitting right now 7 points to the good in the 13th overall points position. So look for Maffitt to continue to try to have a solid night. He's going to need to finish at least inside the top 10 in order to secure his championship hopes and dreams. But if he can walk away with a race win, well, look for him to pad that pocket just a little bit more and head off into the championship chase at Las Vegas with a little bit of momentum on his side. How about the 31 of Greg Olenek? Look at the Moo and Brew Sparkle and Shine Silverback Tax Solutions Long MacArthur Ford sponsored 31 sitting right there in that second position. Olenek qualified third. Needs a solid run. He's solidly inside the top 10 in points. Sits about 7th coming into tonight's race. So pretty much all but secured into the championship runs, but he would like to get himself a race win before the end of this regular season. Gonna check on the newcomers here under caution real quick. Where are they gonna line up? Jamie Blurred right there. In the 19th position, just inside of your top 20. He's down one spot from where he started here tonight. Darryl Calder in the 99 truck. He's moved up 2 position. Calder started shotgun Sally tail end of this field. He's gained 2 positions so far. Moved that 99 up to 28th. Biggest mover of the race so far here tonight. Only up 4 positions so far here. That's Brandon Shelton, the 2 truck. I know what you're saying. Well, Dave, they haven't been racing very long, and that's going to change. And, well, it very well might. But for the time being, up 4 positions, biggest mover of the race, 2 truck right there, the Honeybee Acres machine getting the job done. Shelton sits in 24th. We'll see how he goes on the restart. And for the restart, we'll jump back up front with your race leaders as they head back into turn 3. Drivers going to make their way through turn 3 and 4. Pace car going to duck off once again, and we'll get set to fire things off one more time here from Texas Motor Speedway. Lap number 9 coming to us. Wait for it. Here we go. Green flag flies as Michael Madden nails the gas. Everybody getting up through the gear. The boss man with the flag stand goes ahead and waves that green flag. And it is time for these drivers to get after it. Back down into turns 1 and 2. Everybody single file for your top 5. Driver stepping out of line just a little bit. Looks like Van Houten still has his hands full as they race down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Everybody chasing Michael Madden for the time being. Greg Olenek right there in second. He's got some company because here comes Pierce Maffitt looking to his inside. Ron Peterson right there ready to pounce. And Mike Van Houten, he's been able to hold on to top 5, sitting right now in 5th. But he's got the 4 auto owners in foreign Chevy Silverado right tucked in line behind him. Kevin Burrows, Adam Pettit, Hunter Collier, and Bobby Anderson round out your top 10. Left high and dry on that outside lane, and we've seen this in the Ayers iRacing Paints Orca Series last night. You really don't want to get stuck on that high side. You're going to get freight trained and fighting hard to get back down to the bottom. How about that move right there for the 31 of Greg Olenek? He's able to keep that 3rd spot, but there you go. You leave that corner exit open on the bottom. It's going to be just enough for Peterson to get the nose of that 39 down underneath Olenek, and he looks to take the spot back in 1 and 2. Olenek's going to have no choice but let him slide up the track in front of him, trying not to lose any momentum right here. Looking to the bottom of the racetrack. Madden blocking just a little bit. Squeeze play at the front of this field. We've got a battle for the race lead. They almost touch. Pierce Maffitt Close quarters racing here. Big move from Peterson, top to the bottom from 4th to 2nd. Side-by-side battle now. Peterson looking to take that top spot away. A little bit of a Magic Man moment there for the 15 of Michael Madden. We see him now. A minute ago, we did not. Here comes Peterson looking for an official lap lead. And he's going to get it at the line. How about the moves there by Peterson to get himself to the front of this field? Now here comes Jim Ott, the 4, working the outside lane all alone for the time being. A little bit of help about 5 or 6 truck lengths back. There's Kevin Burrows. We've seen Burrows dominate at the road course at Watkins Glen a handful of races ago. About 2 races ago, to be exact. 2 to 3 weeks ago is when we seen that 26 truck in victory lane. He's looking to have a solid night here tonight. Burrows sits in 7th. Jim Ott going to get by Michael Madden for the 3rd position. Madden going to take the position back, so 3rd swapping hands. You see it right there on screen. Outside lane prevailing on corner exit, but through the center of the corner, that's when that inside lane really comes to show its power, and just barely inching his way in front of that 15. The 4 of Jim Ott now takes over 3rd. Let's jump around the speedway a little bit. What do you say, race fans? Battles back here outside of your top 10. Bobby Anderson right there in the 13 machine, leading Sean Mitchell, Aaron Gerwitz, Michael Amenti, Sean Kozier, and Jason Branch, all fighting from 10th to all the way back through 15th. Lead pack not able to step away from this second pack. Really, about a half a second is all that separates that 83 of Hunter Collier back to Bobby Anderson. So really, your top 15, 16 drivers still all over each other early here tonight from Texas. Going to continue to watch some of that battle, some of the action out here. Looks like Pierce Maffitt looking for the top spot. He's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack, and Maffitt looks to grab the top spot away from Rob Peterson. And here comes Jim Ott. Maffitt indeed going to take that spot away, so that's going to give us our 4th different lead change. 3 different race leaders, 1 caution flag so far here tonight. Ron Peterson able to keep 2nd for the time being. Way up the track goes that 4 of Jim Ott, almost into that outside wall. Olenek trying to fight back once again, not able to quite get there just yet. A little bit of connection issues there for your race leader, Pierce Maffitt. So we'll jump back through the field just a little bit. Here's Michael Madden, Jim Ott, Greg Olenek, Mike Van Houten continuing to scrap at the front of this field. 2 wide, 2 rows deep here from Texas. A little further on back through the pack, what do you say we check on some of our newer drivers in the field? Why don't we go check on that 37 machine? There you can see the Bass Pro Shops Tracker 37 Chevy Silverado of Jamie Plurd doing well here tonight. He's moved up right back into the position that he started tonight's race from, 18th on track for the time being. Can Plurd move a little further through the field? Darrell Calder right there, the 99 truck, looking to find his way up through this field. He's gained 4 positions so far here tonight. Started 30th, runs 26th. Jason Branch, Sean Kozier in a battle right here, side-by-side battle just in front of the 12 of Cody Riggs. You got Jason Harrison right behind him, the 44 of Harrison, looking for a way around, trying to gain a handful more positions if he can. Top of the field, front of this field still all pretty much single file, but all over each other. Sean Mitchell, there you can see him, a little bit of a wiggle off of the corner, as everybody still hounds the man at the front of this field. Pierce Maffitt continues to lead. Rob Peterson, Michael Madden, Jim Ott, and Greg Olenek rounds out your top 5. "22 laps into tonight's 115 laps scheduled event here from Texas Motor Speedway in season number 4 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Man, these drivers mixing it up right now. If you haven't already, race fans, join us in that push for 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and appreciation and drop them that thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you slide through, whether you're sliding in to say, hey, how you doing, or you're one of the dedicated fans, friends, family. We do appreciate each and every one of you stopping by each and every night. So from all of us to all of you, thank you. Without you, there would be no us. And again, stay safe, stay love, my friends, and stay tuned in right here. Go ahead and grab you some popcorn, because we're going to have some great truck racing action all night long. You can see it right here. These drivers not letting anybody get away. And what do you say we go down to some of our onboard camera shots here tonight? Do have a handful of the onboard camera shots. What do you say we jump on board with your pulse? Under the 0-2 of Mike Van Houten makes his way off of turn number 2. He's trying to run down Adam Pettit and Jim Ott just off in front of him. That's what it looks like from about 7th on up. What do you say we get a little bit closer to the front of this field, because we do have an onboard camera shot with that 39 backwoods machine of Rob Peterson. Peterson running well here tonight. He's trying to run back down Michael Madden and Pierce Maffett just off in front of him, a little bit further back through this field. Matt Deason carrying one of our onboard camera shots as well. Deason back here running in the 16th position, battling with Sean Kozier just behind him. Whoa, there you can see him just now coming into the rear view camera view. So we do appreciate each and every one of these team and crew members allowing us to put some of these onboard camera shots out there on the car tonight. We'll jump back outside of the race car right here with that 48 of Deason. Before we head back around the track, we'll head back up front. As a matter of fact, gap beginning to develop. Pierce Maffett, Michael Madden starting to step away from Ron Peterson, who still has his hands full with Greg Olenek, Adam Pettit, Jim Ott, all right there tucked in line with each other. Mike Van Houten, last driver in line in that small little group. Close side-by-side battle right here between Kevin Burrows and Hunter Collier, the 13 Silverback Tax Solution machine. Right behind them, Bobby Anderson and another Napa Auto Part Silverback Tax Solution sponsored Ford F-150, the 09 of Aaron Gerwitz, right there running in 11th. Larry Poling came into tonight's race sitting on the outside of the top 16, looking in, came into tonight's race sitting 7 points outside of that top 16. He needs a good showing, a good finish here tonight. And right now, the 69 of Poling struggling a little bit. He's all the way back in 29th in that U.S. Army truck. And then Chevy Silverado, I don't want to say is off pace or struggling, but just something doesn't seem to be right underneath that chassis of that 69. He's running down Nathan Nixon right now, and that's going to vote well for him, because Nixon came into tonight's race just 1 point in front of Mike Van Houten and Scott Wise, who are both tied for 16th place right now. So there are a handful of positions that are going to be able to be made up. This driver right here, though, Bobby Anderson, inside of that Oklahoma State University Silverback Tax Solution 13 machine, looking to find a way into the top 16. He came into tonight's race sitting just 5 points out. Where will he be at the end of tonight's race? Lap number 31 has a lot of drivers pulling to pit road for their first scheduled green flag pit stop here tonight. Jim Hunt, Sean Mitchell, Jamie Plurd, as well as Jason Earson, Todd McGregor, Nathan Nixon, all to pit road. More drivers to pit road. Madden, Maffett, Peterson, Olenek, Burrows, Collier, on to pit road. That's going to leave Adam Pettit in the 58 truck out there on track. 5th different lead change now. Make that 4 different race leaders. Only 1 caution so far here tonight. And now Van Houten, pole sitter. He stays out on track a little bit longer. He's looking to try to get back to that top spot. Oh, and here comes Pettit. Here comes Van Houten. Both of those drivers going to hit the pit road this time around. Aaron Gerwitz pulls to pit lane. Brandon Shelton, he's going to roll the dice. He's going to stay out there on the track. He wants a little bit of time at the front of this field. 5th different race leader now on track here at Texas Motor Speedway for the Season 4 regular season finale. Your top 16 drivers fighting for positions to run for a championship trophy. It all goes down tonight. It all starts next week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway when these Performance Truck Series drivers will lay it all on the line in the first race of the first round of the championship rundown at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Who's got what it takes to separate themselves in true fashion, show the rest of this field they're going to be the one to contend for the championship. They're going to be the driver they have to watch out for. And Brandon Shelton looks like he's going to go ahead and bring his 2 machine back down to pit road. That will give the race lead back to this man right here, rolling the dice. And the 863 Gaming TV machine, the Chevy Silverado at the front of this field. Darrell Calder leads with his first laps in his first race here with Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. And it looks like he may be out of gas, shaking the truck on the bottom of the apron here, and he's going to definitely pull off for pit road this time around. That will leave the field back in the hands of this man right here. The 41 of Pierce Maffin has himself almost a 1 second advantage over Jim Mott, Michael Madden, Adam Pettit, all right there running in line. And, you know, it kind of a familiar theme here at Texas Motor Speedway. Pierce Maffin worked his way to the front of the field last night in the ARCA Series and did not look back. Is this an early sign here tonight that we very well may see that 41 back into victory lane? Pierce Maffin has himself about I'd say about a 10 truck advantage over Jim Mott, who's sitting right there in second. Michael Madden back in third. Adam Pettit sits in fourth with Greg Olenek rounding out your top 5. Fastest lap of the race put in last time around by that 58 of Adam Pettit, so he is not letting out. He is not gonna just settle. Pettit looking for the front. We'll go back to a battle just inside of your top 10. How about this hot and heavy little battle going on out there on track? The 22 of Jason Branch has Hunter Collier, Kevin Burrows, Sean Mitchell, Aaron Gerwitz, all lined up with each other running very close right here. Michael Amenti beginning to bring that 55 machine up into the mix as well. Small little groups of battles going on all over the racetrack. We've got another battle, 19th, 20th, 21st on the Speedway. John McMillan Sr., Sean Kozier, Dean Gagliano, all going at it for supremacy on the racetrack. And we're looking at a few of these drivers that were on the right at that cutoff line is what we'll call it here tonight. Nathan Nixon coming into tonight's race just 1 point ahead of both Scott Wise and Mike Van Houten for those final few positions in that championship standings. And right now, Nixon sitting 1 lap down back in the 26th position. Mike Van Houten, who is tied with Scott Wise for that final spot in the top 16. Van Houten running just outside of your top 5. Scott Wise running just outside of your top 20. Where is Bobby Anderson? Keep your eyes out for that 13 Ford F-150 sitting right there in 17th. So that may be enough to break him into the top 16. How about Larry Poling? Some tough trouble for Poling here tonight, down off of the lead lap, sitting back in 27th. So we may be seeing his championship hopes and dreams go out the window. Sean Griffin struggling a little bit here tonight as well in that 92 machine, but Dean Gagliano in the 34 knocking on the door of a top 20. Gagliano 13 points out. He's looking for a way to find himself in that championship 16. Whoa, big moment there for the 83. Or actually, I apologize, that's actually the 89 of Sean Mitchell. Mitchell with a little bit of a wiggle there coming off of turn number 2. He's going to keep the truck corralled up underneath him. And 22 of Branch going at it with 26 of Kevin Burrows. They're trying to run back down Hunter Collier because this pack has lost a ton of ground and a ton of time. Out in front of Hunter Collier by about a half a second or so, you can find the 0-2 of Mike Van Houten. Van Houten trying all he can to get around Greg Olenek. These two drivers have dropped a handful of seconds to your race leader, about 1.2 seconds back from Jim Ott for the time being, who sits in 4th. Sean Kozier going by Todd McGregor for the 18th position. Matt Deason getting by Cody Riggs for 15th. Freaky fast pace here at Texas for the Tumbleweed 115. That's right, race number 10 in season number 4 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series, live right here from Texas Motor Speedway. Tough little race here tonight for your newcomers, the 37 of Jamie Plord and the 99 of Daryl Calder, both with some trouble, both off of the lead lap. Both off of the lead lap as we make our way around the track on lap number 44. Both of these drivers sitting just inside of your top 30, sitting multiple laps down. Tough break for both of those drivers. Ford sitting 2 laps down, while the 99 of Daryl Calder listed 3 laps down so far here tonight. Back up near the front, though, battle for that second position. Michael Madden has it. Adam Pettit all over him. The 58 truck trying to make his way back to second. Close battle here, second and third on the racetrack there. You can see Jim Ott slowly beginning to make his way back up into the mix. Ott has been able to walk away from Greg Olenek and Mike Van Houten as those two truck drivers continue to battle amongst themselves. Will continue to jump around the racetrack here from time to time. How about the Napa Auto Parts Silverback Tax Solution Ford F-150 piloted by Aaron Gerwitz. There you can see Gerwitz down on the bottom of the racetrack trying to take a position away as they head into one. Side-by-side battle. Still, we may have 3 wide on corner exit, and here it is. 3 wide for a second with the 92 of Sean Griffin losing some track position, losing some time here. Multiple drivers going to go up and around him. Michael Amenti gets by as well. Here comes that 39 of Rob Peterson. We've come to be so familiar with Peterson running that backwoods paint scheme here tonight, running a little different paint scheme. We do apologize to all the sponsors out there with that 39 of Peterson. A little bit of a different wrap and a little bit of a different look. But still, same drivers, same speed. As Peterson tries to make his way up through the field right now, kind of a log jam with the 22 of Jason Branch and Aaron Gerwitz continuing to go at it on the racetrack. Kevin Burrows and Michael Amenti nowhere really to go for the time being. Slowly but surely reeling these guys back in at the front of this field. Michael Madden started to make some ground on Pierce Maffitt. Adam Pettit has lost a little bit of track time to Jim Ott. There you can see it right there, just stagger step. First, second, third, back to fourth. Jim Hott sitting almost 2 seconds back behind your race leader. And 2 seconds isn't that much at a fast track like Texas Motor Speedway. Drivers with one green flag pit stop already under their belt. That came back at around, I believe we started to see those green flag pit stops right at lap number 30. The completion of those green flag pit stops coming around lap 37, so about a 7-lap difference on that pit strategy. We're knocking on the door of it, race fans. We're about 10 laps away from seeing our second round of green flag pit stops take place here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway for race number 10. Here with Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series, you're watching the Tumbleweed 115 right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, race fans, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Show them you get down with what they're putting out there week in, week out, right here each and every Tuesday night in this Performance Truck Series in partnership with Swift Motorsports and Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Drop these drivers the support and love. Shoot them that thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified not just when I come out here on air, but with anybody from the Turn 3 Racing Network goes live right here. Get a special notification. You don't have to be old school and write it down on a whiteboard. You don't need to go get yourself a lesson planner. Smash that bell. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And back to the race action. Here comes Adam Pettit, still hounding Michael Madden, not letting Madden in the 15 get away at all. Driver still chasing Pierce Method at the front. Let's go back here. We'll look at this little battle amongst these three drivers here. Jason Ayrson, he's got himself a handful, and he goes around. Jason Ayrson goes around. Oh, man, we've got the broadcasters cursed. Hot and heavy. Went right to the 44, and that's where it all happened. Oh, no. Let's go back, take another look here. Oh. Big, hard hit there for Jason Ayrson. One more look at it here, battling with that 89 machine. Looks like just close quarters racing, a little bit of contact, and that's all it took. And whammo! Into the outside wall. Jason Ayrson, big impact. And, well, we're not going to have to worry about those green flag pit stops. That's one thing. But with the caution falling when it did, that is going to put us in a different pit window for the rest of this race. So I think there's going to be some more pit strategy come into play here tonight. I think some drivers may try to stretch this thing out to the end. After one more pit stop, going to come down pit road right here, but then one more pit stop, and they should be able to stretch it on out to the end from there. And as the entire field comes down pit road, we're going to take a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside as the field gonna get the one to go this time around. We'll get set to fire things off back once again here from Texas Motor Speedway race number 10 in the 10-week regular season here in season number 4. That's right, you heard it right, race fans. Tonight we will set your championship 16. One way to secure yourself in your spot inside of that top 16 is to walk away with a race win here tonight. It is not a win and get in series. It is not a win and get in league here with Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Michael Madden looks to solidify his top 5 point standings with a race win. Adam Pettit came into tonight's race third in the points. He looks for a momentum and another race win on the season. Pierce Maffitt looking to be the only driver to go back to victory lane. Only driver in the field with multiple race wins. Maffitt gonna restart back in third. Your pole sitter tonight will restart the race back in fourth in that 02 John Deere machine. The only Toyota up inside the top 5. Good buddy Travis Smith gonna exit the track in that iRacing pace car, and here we go. Green flag flies as Michael Madden hits the loud pedal, gets up through the gears. Everybody gonna chase him. Everybody up through the gears. Crossing the line. Clean restart for the entire field. Lap number 59 now underway. Everybody through your top 6, all single file right now. You see Cody Riggs going around. Contact with the 89, and we're back under caution. Contact between Cody Riggs and Sean Mitchell. We've got more contact with some drivers out there. Big trouble here on the track on the restart coming off of turn number 2. Let's take a look with the replay, see how it all went down. We catch it a little bit late there. You've seen the 89 with some trouble. That's going to collect the 12 car. The 12 truck gets caught up involved. Whoa, nowhere to go for a handful of drivers, and there's some more hard impact, some more contact between a few of the drivers out there tonight. Let's see if we've got one more look at it high above the track with the drone cam. There you can see 89 getting a little loose off of 2. The 12 just kind of collected, nowhere to go. All the drivers gonna swing right on past, and we're gonna swing ourselves back up to the front of this field. The 15 of Michael Madden, excuse me, leading this race once again. Pierce Maffitt back in second, Adam Pettit in third, Jim Ott back in fourth. Mike Van Houten rounds out your top 5. Jim Ott, Hunter Collier, Jason Branch, Aaron Gerwitz, Kevin Burrows, and Matt Deason rounding out your top 10 here tonight. So as we have passed the halfway point in tonight's race here at Texas Motor Speedway, the Tumbleweed 115. Race number 10 in season number 4 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. The fans in the stands have not been disappointed. A sold-out, packed house here tonight from Texas No Limit Speedway. We started tonight's race with 30 drivers on the starting grid. We have still got 29 drivers out there on the track, but we are now down to just 23 drivers left on the lead lap. Sean Mitchell being listed as the last truck driver on the lead lap in that 89 machine. We've seen the 89 caught up and involved in that latest incident. He got loose off of 2, and that collected a handful of other truck drivers trying to make their way off of the corner exit. And, well, quick little caution here. You know what they say, cautions do breed cautions. So with the mid-race report and a rundown, Michael Madden leads this field. Pierce Maffin back in second. Adam Pettit in third. Mike Van Houten in fourth. Jim Ott will round out your top five. Biggest mover of the race, it still sits in the hands of this man right here. We're going to go give him some TV time once again. Check out that Honeybee Acres number 2 of Brandon Shelton. Up 13 positions here tonight. That is a huge gain. Started all the way outside of your top 25. And Shelton sits in 15. Up 13 spots. Job well done. We'll see if he can continue the climb up through the ladder. How about Dean Gagliano sitting in 17th right now? Gagliano came into tonight's race 13 points out of a championship spot. We've had some drivers in front of him with some trouble. Sean Griffith in the 92 truck sitting on pit lane. Down multiple laps, down multiple positions. Gagliano's well made up those 3 spots on him. Larry Poling also with trouble here tonight. Poling listed 2 laps down. Gagliano making up enough points to leapfrog him. And how about Bobby Anderson? Well, that 13 of Bobby Anderson sitting right in front of Dean Gagliano. Everybody right behind that 2 truck that we're all talking about right here. So there's that 13. There's that 34. Keep your eye on those 2 drivers. Scott Wise, where's Scott at? Just inside of the top 16. Scott Wise back here. Going to restart this race back in the 20th position in that Bass Pro Shops tracker, number 8. And it's going to get crazy. Nathan Nixon in the 98. He's right there as well. Mike Van Houten doing what he's got to do. He's up inside the top 15. Inside the top 5, I should say. Matt Deason also having the run that he needs tonight. Deason inside of the top 10. Pierce Maffett inside of your top 10. Pace lights are off, so we are ready and set to go back. Green flag racing once again here from Texas Motor Speedway. This time around, field going to get double file. Will be back in the hands of your race leader. The 15 of Michael Madden leads these leads these front Fords to the restart box. Down and away goes the pace car, waiting for the boss man in the flag stand to drop the hammer. And here we go, back green flag racing once again here from Texas Motor Speedway. We'll cross the line, begin lap number 64 as everybody chases Michael Madden down into turn 1. Will we have a clean restart once again? Side-by-side battle between Collier and Branch. Branch at the bottom, Collier at the top. Here comes the 09 of Aaron Gurwitz. Matt Deason in the 48. Right there with trouble behind him. He's got Kevin Burrows, Matt Deason, Rob Peterson, Greg Olenek. All running all over each other right now as we work our way back off of turn number 4. Back across the stripe to complete the first lap of the restart. Everybody still chasing the 15. Sean Kozier and Bobby Anderson going to swap the 14th position back and forth amongst them. Nathan Nixon getting by David Cameron for 21st. Again, Kozier and Anderson will swap and switch that 14th position around. Scott Wise going to get by John McMillan Sr. for 18th. Greg Olenek getting by Deason for 11th. Things starting to heat up near the back. Things starting to heat up near the front. Pierce Maffett was looking to the inside of Michael Madden. Didn't quite make the jump just yet. Big block there by Jim Ott down to the bottom of the racetrack. Down the back stretch. He'll keep Adam Pettit at bay for the time being, but Pettit all over that rear deck lid, working their way off of turn 4. Tell you what, let's get a little closer to this action, race fans. There it is, off of the rear deck lid, looking back from that Auto Owners Insurance number 4 of Jim Ott. There you can see Mike Van Houten. There's Hunter Collier way down at the bottom of the racetrack. 22 of Jason Branch not far off from there. Still not able to make that pass just yet has been Adam Pettit. Pettit still down to the inside, still trying to make the pass work. Not going to be able to do it, and almost into the outside wall. Trying to keep that momentum up is the 4. Now Adam Pettit eventually works his way around Michael Madden into the second position. That's going to pull Jim Ott right along with him. And whoa, boy, big slide. Big slide for, oh my goodness, Adam Pettit. Wow. Job well done, not only by the driver inside of that 58 machine, but what about all the drivers that got around him without any trouble? Hats off to Jason Branch, Mike Van Houten, and Michael Madden, all making their way up and around Adam Pettit as he was sideways on the track. What a run, what a race so far here tonight. Pierce Maffitt has got some company. Jim Ott all over him. Maffitt gonna make a big move to the bottom of the racetrack. I don't want to say try to block the run, but try to slow the run by the 4. And there you can see playing a little games with the lines. Maffitt going to look like he's going to go to the top and keep it at the bottom of the racetrack. Stay to the high side a little bit longer on entry. That's going to mess up the entry for that 4 of Jim Ott, who searches for a way around. Maffitt drops to the bottom of the racetrack to protect that inside line on entry to 3. He'll wash up the track a little bit here in 3 and 4. Jim Ott back down to the bottom of the racetrack, protecting again that low lane is Maffitt. But Ott says, you want that bottom lane, you can have it. I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to make this thing work. Jim Ott looking for the top position. We've had ourselves 9 different lead changes tonight amongst 6 different drivers. Will we see that 4 of Jim Ott at the point? Drag race into turn 3. Here we go. Top 2 positions on the racetrack separated by just 0.03 of a second. Last time by Pierce Maffitt continues to officially lead this race. Jim Ott able to scoot by him on the backstretch here. There you can see once again now, will the lap machine come into play? Where will the lap truck go? Looks like he's going to drop down to the bottom right in front of your race leader and almost up the track in front of Jim Ott. That's going to slow the run of that Ford truck, and everybody else stacking up behind him. Big gaggle of cars trying to get by this lap machine, and contact. Burrows goes up and over. Burrows up and over, flipping here at Texas. That is not the 2-step, my man. Big trouble tonight for that 26 machine, as well as, I believe, the 97 of Sean Kosher may have been caught up and involved in that latest incident as well. What do you say we go back up above the track from the drone cam? Take a look at what brought out our latest caution. There's the contact between the 09 and the 26. Ooh, man. That is a hard hit. That is rough. Yeah, we do have an onboard camera of that. Oh my goodness. Let's go back, check out the turn 3 gyro cam on board here with the 26, and whoa, it's never good when you're looking at the sky. Fortunately enough, landed back on all 4 tires. He'll go ahead and get it back under power and back underway. Tough break after running well here for the 26 truck of Kevin Burrows. Looks like he's going to go ahead and bring that machine down to pit road. And man, my, how the tables have turned. Pierce Maffitt gonna shake the field off. And everybody else gonna come down pit road. Oh no. Pierce Maffitt left as one of the only drivers to stay out with much older tires here. He will have a friend right behind him. Matt Deason, my man, in the Hall of Fame 48 truck, will stay out on track. Wow, that is going to be a lot of drivers with a lot fresher tires. About 20 lap fresher tires gonna line up behind your front two. So will we see Pierce Maffett and Matt Deason make a dive to pit road this time around, with it being the last time that it is open for lead lap cars? That is a big, huge difference on the tire strategy between basically Matt Maffett and Deason in the entirety of the field. And while we find ourselves with a quick moment here, we're going to step away from the track for a brief commercial break, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We will be right back with all your green flag action right here from Texas Motor Speedway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Big wiggle from Bobby Anderson on the restart here. Oh my goodness, that 13 was absolutely sideways. And how about the job well done by that 48 of Matt Deason, able to slot back in the 5th position on this restart with much older tires. 20-lap older tires than the drivers around him, and Pierce Maffitt still trying to claim fame at the front of this field and not going to be able to hold off those fresh tires on that auto insurance number 4 of Jim Ott. Maffitt gonna fall to second. Move Jim Ott to the point. That's going to be our 10th different lead change here tonight amongst 6 different drivers. What a race. I'm telling you, these drivers are right on the cusp of being able to make it from here on out on fuel. I know 2 drivers with 1 more stop that are definitely going to make it. Sitting inside of that 41 truck, Pierce Maffitt will make it after he comes to pit road for his final time. Matt Deason will also be able to make it when he makes his green flag pit stop here in the next coming 5 to 6 laps. Looks for both of those truck drivers to come down pit lane. Mike Van Houten, your pole sitter, able to snatch that 2nd spot away. Can he run down Jim Ott, who has a half a second advantage, working his way halfway down the backstretch back to the gaggle of cars right here running with each other. Rob Peterson up to 4th. Greg Olenek right there in 5th. Hunter Collier takes 6th position, while Bobby Anderson, Adam Pettit fight it on out 7th and 8th on the track. Matt Deason slowly fading back through this field. Driver with much older tires, the 48, back in 9th. And just like that, a little more house cleaning in order here tonight. Started tonight's race with 30 drivers on the starting grid. We are now down to just 24 left out there on the track with just 21 drivers left on the lead lap. Aaron Gerwitz in the 09 machine listed as the last driver on the lead lap. 22 of Jason Branch has fallen from Grace. Branch contact under that latest caution, and Branch sits back in the lucky dog position back in 22nd for the time being, though. 0.7 of a second advantage for Jim Ott over Mike Van Houten. Pierce Maffitt continues to slide on those older tires. He's now back in 5th, and Hunter Collier looks for some more. As we get closer and closer to the end of tonight's race, we are right at about 30 laps away from the end of tonight's race here in Texas Motor Speedway to finish out the regular season here for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series Season number 4. Matt Deason, Pierce Maffitt, Nathan Nixon, Mike Van Houten, Scott Wise, all locked up, battling just inside of that top 16 cutoff line. How about Bobby Anderson, Larry Poling, Sean Griffin, Dean Gagliano? Those are your 4 drivers on the outside looking in. Let's see where they shake out right now. Bobby Anderson doing all he can to give himself a shot at the top 16. Anderson inside the top 15. Inside the top 10, Bobby Anderson in the 13, Silverback Tax Solutions, Ohio State University Ford F-150 sits in 8th. Larry Poling, a little bit of a struggle here tonight for that 69 truck. He is down off of the lead lap, listed in the 23rd position. Sean Griffin, even more trouble for that 92. He is off of the track right now. Crew members still beating and banging on that 92. Going to try to get him back out there on the track. Dean Gagliano doing all he can. Gonna need a little bit more speed out of that 34 truck. Gagliano sits in 16th right here, trying to run down the 37 of Jamie Plord for the 15th spot. He's got David Cameron trying to make a move in the 10 truck down on the inside. Move Gagliano a little further back to 17th. Checking in with those drivers just inside of that top 16. Scott Wise running in the 18th position right now. That may be enough to get him into the top 16. Mike Van Houten running well up in third right now. That's going to get him into the mix. Nathan Nixon. That is going to be the next driver in line. Nathan Nixon right there, the 98 truck sitting in 13th right now, running well. Matt Deason running well once again. My, how the tables have turned for all of those drivers. All of them running well here tonight. All of them now back inside of your top 15. It is going to be a hard-fought battle from here on out. Who's going to get themselves in to that top 16? We'll take a look real quick at that 22 of Jason Branch kind of running all alone. Here's Michael Amenti in the 55 machine trying to make his way up and around the 48 of Matt Deason. Whoa, Deason sideways. Matt Deason getting sideways after touching the apron there through 1 and 2. He'll corral the truck. Head down through 3 and 4 and back out and across the stripe. A job well done, though. I do want to say that. Job well done from that 48 of Matt Deason, man. He's been able to hold on to the 10th position where Pierce Maffitt, he's lost a lot more ground here tonight. He's all the way back in 15th, yet to make his final pit stop of the night. Now Maffitt going to fall all the way back to 18th as Deason runs in 12th. With less than 25 laps now remaining, when will those two drivers make their green flag pit stop? Pierce Maffitt going to pull off the track. He's going to go ahead and come down and top off and grab 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Look for the 41 to be fast, and here comes, it looks like Matt Deason going to make his way to pit lane this time around. Oh boy, the 55 breathing down his neck, and contact. Little bit of contact there as Matt Deason was slowing down to get to pit road. Ooh, boy, things getting a little hot and heavy. And we'll jump back towards the front of this field. Second, third, fourth on the racetrack. Peterson, Olenek, Van Houten all in line right now. Everybody trying to chase down Jim Ott, who has himself a 1.5 second advantage. This is the biggest race advantage that we have seen all night long under the lights right here at Texas Motor Speedway. Everybody chasing after Jim Ott, and Ott looks to secure himself a position to run in the postseason. Man, what a run by Jim Ott. And you got to ask yourself, well, what about the strategy call there out of Pierce Maffitt? What about the strategy call to stay out? And how about this, the 31 of Greg Olenek? He's going to go ahead and pull the pit road here, too. Uh-oh. Maybe the drivers that came down to pit road under caution on lap number 74 will not have enough fuel to make it to the end. We're watching that 39 of Rob Peterson sitting in that second position as Pierce Maffitt has 4 fresh tires and enough fuel to get himself to the end. He's going to race himself back up into your race leader here very shortly. As more drivers head to pit road, Hunter Collier, Nathan Nixon peel for pit road. So it looks like the drivers will not have enough fuel. And will the winning race strategy come from Pierce Maffitt and those drivers that elected to stay out under that latest caution? This is going to get good. This is going to be big as Jim Ott heads down pit road. That's going to leave the field back in the hands of your pole sitter once again. Back to the point for the first time in a long time. The 0-2 of Mike Van Houten puts that John Deere machine back at the point. He's leading by almost 6.5 seconds over Jamie Plord, who's right there in second. Third place is Todd McGregor, and Van Houten going to peel for pit road. Nice stop there for Van Houten. More drivers going to pull to pit road this time around. I believe we've got a large group coming down pit road this time around. That will leave David Cameron in the 10 out there on the track. That's going to be our 12th lead change amongst 7 different race leaders here tonight. David Cameron stays out on the track. He'll lead Dean Gagliano, the 34 truck, back there in second. 2.5 seconds back. How long will these drivers elect to stay out? Nothing to lose for the time being. And it looks like Cameron going to go ahead and peel for pit road this time around. Dean Gagliano going to take the point away for the first time here tonight. We've got lead changes and race leaders piling in on us. 13 lead changes, 8 different race leaders, 4 cautions so far here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway, and we are winding down the laps. Just 16 laps remaining when we cross the line this time around in the regular season. Here for season number 4 with Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Gaps and battles all over the place right now with these green flag pit stops. We're going to stay right here with that 34 of Dean Gagliano for the time being. If he can walk away with a race win, that may all but put him into the top 16 in contact with the outside wall for Gagliano. And it looks like trouble on the pit stop for Pierce Maffin, so he is going to be relegated back off of the lead lap, 2 laps down, and with Gagliano heading to pit road this time around. Field chasing after the Moo and Brew Sparkle and Shine Silverback Tax Solutions Long MacArthur Ford sponsored 31 Ford F-150 of Greg Olenek. We have yet to see Olenek win a race so far this season. Can he walk away with the checkered flag with the 15 final laps here tonight from Texas? Hot, heavy, close battle right behind him. Second and third on the raceway. Jim Ott, Adam Pettit breathing down each other's neck. Rob Peterson, Mike Van Houten round out your top 5. Hunter Collier, Michael Madden, Bobby Anderson, Matt Deason, and Nathan Nixon round out your top 10 here with just 14 laps now remaining. Let's see who the biggest mover of the race so far here tonight is. Let's go back, check in on it. A 15 position so far here. It stayed out to lead a handful of laps under this latest green flag pit cycle. David Cameron moves to 16th. Started pretty much tail end of the field. They're going to have him listed in that 31st starting position, but only 30 drivers took to the starting grid. So Cameron making his way from the back to the front. The Dynamark Navy sponsored 22 of Jason Branch ran strong here during the first half of the race. Some late race incidents caught up and involved. You see the tail end, the rear deck lid of that 22 trunk a little battered, beaten and weathered here tonight. He's going to fall back 1 lap down here, being listed as the first driver 1 lap down, sitting in the 20th position. Brandon Shelton in the Honeybee Acres number 2 will be the last driver left on the lead lap. And how about it? Can he get it done, man? I'm telling you, job well done right now. Jason Branch going to go ahead and peel for pit road this time around. And the 2 of Brandon Shelton will fall to your race leader, be listed as the first driver 1 lap down in the lucky dog position. But more importantly, look what is going on at the front of this field. Greg Olenek starting to step away, a half a second advantage for Olenek as we cross the line this time around. Just 10 laps to go. David Cameron and Michael Amenti going at it back for the 15th position on the racetrack. For the time being, that's going to go to the 10 of David Cameron. He'll move himself into that 15th position. We'll continue to watch this race at the front of the field because here comes Rob Peterson to join the fight. Second, third, fourth on the racetrack, all over each other, all within a few tenths. And Olenek likes what he sees. The more drivers back there battling with each other, the less he's going to have to worry about if they get single file like we're beginning to see here. They could be able to utilize a little bit of a draft here. And I know what you're thinking. It's Texas, Dave. How much of a draft? And, well, get yourself in one of the cars right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. Get yourself lined up with a handful of other drivers right here at Texas and tell me you can't outrun a single car. The draft is real. The draft is big. And Rob Peterson making some big moves late in the race. He's up 3 positions from where he started tonight's race, qualified in the top 5. Peterson looks for his first race win on the season here in the Performance Truck Series. Greg Olenek trying to get that Moon Brew Sparkle and Shine machine into victory lane for the first time this season as well. Ream rising to the top. Once again, we've got 4 drivers out. 4 drivers inside of your top 7 have been to victory lane at least one time so far this season. And Peterson is there. He has run down your race leader, Greg Olenek, at the front of this field. Running him down is one thing, getting by is another. And it looks like he's going to utilize that inside lane, trying to block that inside run. Peterson all over him, pushing that 31 down the backstretch. He wants the top spot. Very close racing through 3 and 4. Olenek going to lead him to the line. How you doing? High five. 5 laps to go this time by. Bottom of the racetrack was left open this time, and Peterson going to fill that hole. He's got the 31 just to his outside. The 4 of Jim Mott going to go with the 31 to the high side. Drag race down the backstretch inside preferred line to the 39, and Peterson grabs the top spot once again. Crossing the line with just 4 laps to go, we have had a lead change under 5 laps to go. Oh my goodness, does anybody have anything for the 39 of Rob Peterson at the front of this field? 1, 2, 3 on the track, running nose to tail. 4, 5, 6 running nose to tail right behind them. And it looks like Jim Ott has nothing left in that 4 truck. It looks like Ott will finish back in that 3rd position. We may jump the gun a little bit early here because Adam Pettit is closing in very fast on Ott for that 3rd and final podium position. But how about Rob Peterson coming into tonight's race, sitting 9th in the overall point standings? He wants to solidify his championship run by snatching a race win in the regular season finale. Will cross the line this time by race leader. Gonna see the popsicle sticks here from Texas Motor Speedway. Still under fire, Greg Olenek in the Moon Brew Sparkle and Shine 31 trying to get there. Can the fast forward run down that Chevy Silverado? The bow tie looking to keep it formal and up front. Through 3 and 4, they'll head back towards the stripe once again. Off of turn number 4, gonna cross the line. White flag, final lap. 1 to go here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway Field. Gonna follow Rob Peterson down through turns 1 and 2, and it doesn't look like anybody gonna have anything for Peterson at the front of the field. He's got himself a 2-truck length advantage as he heads back into 3 and 4 for the final time. Rob Peterson comes through 4 off of the corner exit for the final time in the regular season. He'll slide it sideways across the line. Checkered flag in hand. Your race winner, Rob Peterson, gets the job done here tonight. Man, what a run at the end of tonight's race. The final 20 laps or so getting very heated between a lot of drivers out there tonight. Man, what a race. Job well done by all of the drivers out there. Greg Olenek with a great finish here tonight. He's going to walk away in second. Jim Ott going to round out your podium spots. And as that 39 enjoys the cool down lap and gets ready for his burnouts out the front of the field, going to burn it down for the fans in the stands. Full packed out house tonight here at Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of another great race here with Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series, winding down season number 4. That's right, the regular season now in the bags. Walking away third here tonight from the track. Let's see. And it looks like, it appears to us, that the driver that walked away in that third and final podium spot, Auto Owners Insurance, number 4 of Jim Ott. Some other previous obligations to take care of tonight, so we won't get to talk to the Jackson, Michigan native Gemot as he makes his way into the podium spots. The 4 will finish tonight's race back in third. And that's going to move us right along in the running order to the driver that walked away in the second spot here tonight. Let's see if we can't grab a quick word with my good buddy. Let's see if we can't snatch a word or two here. Greg, it's Dave. You got your ears on? Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after, finally getting back to a podium? Well, slipping and sliding out here on the track at Texas Motor Speedway, we got to ask you a little something personal. I know you're kind of around my area. Did you do any slipping and sliding, maybe some sledding with some of the snow that came through the area over this past weekend?
Absolutely not. So I went to school at West Virginia University, and I did my time in the cold and the snow. And I moved to the South specifically to get the hell away from this. And here we are again, possibly going to see some more snow this weekend. So yeah, maybe we can make it a date, Dave, and go sledding.
Well, man, I'll make the trip if I can find the side-by-side to get me up there. A little bit of a distance between us two, but nonetheless, we can check the schedule.
Minutes.
Try to make it happen.
30 minutes, man. We can do it. We can do it.
Well, Greg, it may be something good for you, though. We got a little bit of a snowstorm. You got back to a podium spot here in your first race after the snowstorm. So maybe, should we get a little bit more going on this weekend, maybe we should see you back in one of the podium spots when we hit Las Vegas Motor Speedway next week to open up the chase. Speaking of that, out of those first 2 races in the first round, is there one that you're not looking forward to? Is it Las Vegas or Iowa that you really think you're going to have to focus in on?
It's hard to say because whenever I say I'm terrible at a track like New Hampshire was last week, I usually run up front. But I love me some 1.5 mile tracks, so I knew Texas was going to be a good track for us tonight, and Las Vegas will also be a good run for us if we can keep it clean. And we'll see how Iowa is. I don't really turn too many laps there very often, but nonetheless, I expect to be pretty quick running up towards the front with all these guys in the playoffs. But yeah, kind of taking over a broadcast like yourself here, and been broadcasting a lot lately, so not able to race as much. So maybe that has to do a little something with it.
It might make you a little bit rusty, but it's kind of like riding a bike. You never really forget. It may need a couple laps to get back in form, but you never forget how to race once you've been a race car driver. Greg, congratulations on the podium here tonight. Congratulations at setting yourself up with some momentum heading into the championship run. Before we let you go and enjoy the rest of the night, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Of course. Obviously, my beautiful and loving girlfriend. I'm saying it loudly so she can hear it right now as she's cooking dinner right downstairs. But she puts up with me, spending a lot of time up here working on the sim and everything on my PC. She sacrifices a lot to let me do this, and I certainly appreciate it. And all my sponsors and my Rev teammates, I got Moo and Brew, Sparkle and Shine, Full Throttle Racing and Sports. We got Silverback Tax Solutions and Long MacArthur Ford on the truck, and you as well, Dave, for putting on a great show as always, and the admins for doing this year in and year out.
Well, we appreciate the kind words. I know the admins, race officials, and league owners appreciate the kind words as well. And Greg, as always, pleasure watching you out there on the track. Pleasure talking to you once again. And we'll see if we can't make it a habit of this through this championship run.
All right, buddy. Take care.
All right, there you have it. 31 of Greg Olenek. Happy to be back. Said he needed a little bit of break from talking to me. I just think he missed me too much and needed to come back and say, how you doing? Greg walks away second on the track here tonight. We'll see how he goes heading through the championship rundown in that chase format here in season number 4 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker. Performance Truck Series, and that's going to move us right on along. Let's see if we can't grab a few words with your race winner here tonight, Rob Peterson. It's Dave of the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do. How you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing after a great run to the front? Those final 20 laps, you made your way right to where you needed to be and took over the race lead with about 5 laps to go. Gotta be a good feeling.
Oh yeah, I had a couple opportunities earlier in the year to win one, and they slipped away. So finally winning one before the end of the regular season felt really good there.
Well, you walked into tonight's race, Rob, sitting inside of the top 10. You were pretty much securely into the championship 16. Does it feel any better to walk into the racetrack, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, next Tuesday night when we begin the chase run with a race win now in your back pocket?
Oh yeah, it starts a little bit of momentum. I had a good run at New Hampshire last week as well, and I'm pretty good at Las Vegas as well. So hope to continue that momentum and carry it on and dominate the playoffs.
Well, we sure do wish you the best with that. I know there's going to be a lot of hungry drivers that you're going to have to battle it out with and deal with. First 2 races of the championship chase, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and then Iowa. You said you're pretty good at Vegas, so what's your outlook on Iowa?
I do all right there, but I'm not as good there as I am at Vegas, so I'm going to hope to get a really good finish at Vegas, so I have a little bit of a cushion for Iowa.
All right. Well, sometimes it's better to pad your points as best as you can when you know you have a tough, troublesome track coming up. Rob, we wish you the best through your championship run. Congratulations on the first win of the season for you here in the regular season finale. Before we let you go and enjoy this race win, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody up in the booth and everybody doing race control and making this thing run. It's I know it's a lot of work, and you guys do a good job here. Just also want to thank the sponsors, BUTTKICKER. That's the only one I remember. I'm sorry, but I wanted to thank all the sponsors as well. Just all the racers. It was a good race. So.
All right. Well, Rob, again, congratulations on the first race win, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you the next coming weeks throughout this championship run.
Hope to. Have a good one.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for first-time race winner this season here in season number 4 for Swift MotorSports BUTTKICKER. Performance Drunk Series 39 of Rob Peterson parks it in victory lane. Man, what a run. Man, what a race. Man, what a night here tonight. Great job by all of the drivers. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me. Great runs right there in those last 15 to 25 laps or so. We've seen a little bit of a mix-up with the fresh tires. We've seen drivers have to hit pit road once again to make it on fuel. Crazy good racing action all race long under the lights here at Texas Motor Speedway. And as you can hear, those familiar tunes and sounds in the background, producers letting us know it's time to run down the unofficial race results here in the Tumbleweed 115. Here from Texas Motor Speedway, walking away with the top spot for the first time this season, the 39 of Rob Peterson. Greg Olin going to park the 31 machine home in second. Third place tonight to Jim Ott. Adam Pettit will park the 58 machine home in fourth, while fifth place belongs to Michael Madden. The 0-2 of Mike Van Houten, your pole sitter here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway, going to finish the race back in sixth. Seventh place tonight belongs to Hunter Collier. Jamie Plurd right there in eighth. Ninth place belongs to Bobby Anderson. John McMillan Sr. going to round out your top 10. Back in 11th is Matt Deason. 12th place to Todd McGregor. 13th on track tonight, Nathan Nixon. David Cameron back in 14th. Rounding out your top 15 is the 8 of Scott Wise. 16th place belongs to Michael Amini, while Dean Gagliano walks away from the track in 17th. 18th place tonight to Sean Kozier. 19th on track is Brandon Shelton. Pierce Maffitt rounding out your top 20. The 22 of Jason Branch parks it in 21st. Sliding home in 22nd is the 09 of Aaron Gerwitz. Larry Poling back in 23rd. 24th tonight to Daryl Calder. 25th to 26th of Kevin Burrows, while Cody Riggs finishes tonight's race back in 26th. 27th on the track is Sean Griffith. 28th tonight from Texas Motor Speedway belongs to the 89 of Sean Mitchell. Jason Ayerson and Jason Tripp will round out your 30 drivers in the field here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. Big shout out and tip of the cap to your race control and admins, Gary Wells and Michael Robinson. Down the hall in the race control booth, if you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers some love. Drop them that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So for the final time in the regular season, we're going to cut off the lights here for the Performance Truck Series, but we're going to head over to Atlanta for tomorrow night's Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Silverback Tax Solutions regular season finale. But for the final time in the Truck Series, we will wind up the cords and get ready to head off into the championship rundown. So stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.